Hello everyone, my name is Anna Cooney. I'm an independent consultant for Jamberry Nails, and today I would like to show you both a little bit on how to size your nails for the wraps, or size the wraps for your nails, trimming the nails wraps to fit, and a couple of different application methods. If you're interested in looking at the various designs available, please visit my website at annajoy.jamberrynails.net. So today I am going to work with rose gold, and I'm going to use a little bit of my gold fishnet to layer on top of the rose gold for an accent nail. Now, as you can see, I have already enjoyed these wraps, and so you'll see bits and pieces of wraps left. So what I've done is I have trimmed the shapes. I had a bunch of pieces left like this that were square because I cut off both the other sides. But I still want to use this. I could use it for a pedicure, but today I'm going to show you how to turn them into a manicure. What I did is I took this square and I took scissors and I trimmed just a little bit of the nail bed shape. Now, you can size your nails by just holding the wrap over them. That's the wonderful thing about these clear backings, is you can more easily see. However, if you're like me and you really want that wrap to go as close to the edge of your nail as possible without hitting the skin, you might want to trim the wrap, still attached to the backing, and then you can easily hold it over your nail, well, I say easily, like this, and see, does it work on all sides? Oop, not that one. That one's a little bit small for my index finger, but let's see, does it work? It's a little bit small for my ring finger. So that's why I trimmed these two. This one for my ring finger, and I already sized it. This one for my middle finger. This little one is going to be for my pinky finger. So, before you get into any sort of application, you need to do several things. First, you need to make sure that your cuticles are pushed back. So I'm just working these back a little bit. You can also use the rubber end of a cuticle pusher if you have an orange stick. That works as well. So I'm just kind of working these back. They're not too bad because I've had wraps on for the past week. So there we go. If your nails are longer or you haven't had them done in a while, you might want to go ahead and lightly shape the ends of your nails according to how you wish them to be. But pushing back the cuticle opens up the nail bed and gives you some more space. Now, here's an interesting part of sizing your Jamberry wraps. Many people just put them on as is. That's fine. My thumb nail beds, however, are a little bit more square than are the pre-shaped wraps. So, this is the wrap that I've already determined is going to fit for my thumb. But I don't know if it's going to show very well here. But see, there's a little bit of skin, sorry, not skin, nail, that would show around the edges. So I'm just going to cut this off. where it makes a little bit more of a straight square, which I realize is a little difficult to do with curved cuticle scissors. And then I'm going to trim these edges just a wee bit. Curves work better if I go on the back here. There, that'll work. All right, so let's start with the pinky nail. I'm going to double check the length before I cut it. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what it's like if I use this whole bit that's left. So, oh, I almost forgot. This is an incredibly important step. I'm getting ahead of myself. Push back your cuticles, and then you need to prep your nails. This is alcohol. You can buy alcohol wipes or just put it on a cotton ball. I also washed my hands with Dawn dish soap before starting this video because prior to this I removed my nail wraps with the oil method, which is wonderful for moisturizing your nails and your skin, but you want to get every little bit of oily residue off of your nails before you apply your new wraps. There. Okay, now, oh, and I'm going to just make sure that the end of this is nice and oil-free. Okay, I'm going to lift the wrap off of the backing, and in the official video you will see using tweezers instead of the end of your cuticle pusher. That works as well. I have a little bit more control this way. So I'm going to use the mini heater. You can also use a blow dryer and turn it on and heat the wrap. This is the original heat method. And these are metallic wraps, so they're going to take a little bit longer. See it start to get curly? That's probably a little too hot. And then I'm going to carefully place the wrap on the nail, like so, and then use the cuticle pusher to apply pressure. You can also use your thumb if that works for you. Apply pressure to the nail. I need a little bit more stability here than holding my hand up in the air. It's very important that the wrap does not touch your cuticle or your skin. Otherwise it will fail to adhere properly. And you can leave the wrap sticking up a little bit, or you can kind of edge it over, push it over the tip of the nail. And then I heat it again. Again, metallic wraps are going to take a little bit longer to heat than will the regular wraps. And I'm rotating a little bit so that all the edges of that nail get hot. And then I'm just going to press away, smooth out any bubbles. My nails naturally have some ridges, so you're going to see those. You can buff them if you wish, but I don't have time for that right now. All right, then, see how that looks? It's pretty close to all the edges. Oops, there's a little bubble, work that out. You want to use rubber for this because the wooden sticks can mar the wrap. All right, I'm going to let that cool while I show you another method. So this is also often called the cold method. I've trimmed this wrap already, so I'm going to work it off the sheet, just barely. There we go. And then instead of heating the wrap first, I am going, see if you can, oh goodness, the metallic makes it a little interesting. I'm going to line that up with the nail bed, and it's cold. And then place it in front of the heater. This is one way of doing the cold method. There's another way. Do what works for you. So let me turn this a little bit. There we go. So I'm getting it nice and hot. And then the same idea. Use lots of pressure. I work from the cuticle out, the middle out. If you have nails that are going to curve or make, sometimes you'll find that there's a little bit of a buckle at the end. You might just need to stretch the wrap a little bit to make it fit over the curve. I prefer the cold method because I find it easier to line up the wrap on my nail when it's not hot. Nice and hot. You probably don't have to do this last heating and pressure, but that's what works for me. So I want these to stay. The better seal you get at the beginning, the longer your wraps will stay. Okay. All right. Now, for the third method, also a cold method, we're going to use a rice pack that has been in the microwave, and I've got it covered in foil here. So hopefully it will still be hot. Don't do like I did and put it in too long and burn your rice, because that kind of gets rid of the wonderful factor of not having your house stinky with nail polish. Now mine's just stinky with burnt rice. I'll open my fancy sock rice bag later and pour out the incinerated rice. All right, so this cold method is also called the baggy method. I'm going to, I already trimmed this. I'm going to align it as close as I can. Oops. There we go. You don't want to touch the back of the wrap with your skin because your fingertips will have oil in them. Then I'm taking a Ziploc bag, wrapping it around the nail, and I give it a twist. And then take that hot rice pack and let it sit. Turn the nail if you need to. The Ziploc bag helps seal out any air bubbles, smooth out the wrap. You can also do the baggie in front of the mini heater if you wish. Okay, and then I usually twist it a little bit more. I want to really work that wrap down. Give it a little more heat. You can also use the rice bag without the Ziploc. The Ziploc is often helpful for people with curved nails, as it helps to stretch out any of the little bubbles or the pleats that could happen. All right. See? Baggy method, cold method, and original heat method. Now, of course, we've got these lovely tips that are going to something has to be done. So, the official way is to use a nail file. A glass file is great because it's really fine. And you're going to want to just file straight up and down on the nail. Don't overfile. Just gently file it off. You don't ever want to go this way because that will not be good for the wrap. In my case, my fingers are so short that I really can't get a good edge underneath the nail. So, if my fingernails were longer, file method would be great. You'd see it work. Obviously. All it did here was just give the end of the wrap a little bit of wear. So, you can either trim with scissors and just trim along the edge of the nail. You can also trim with the nail if you want to reshape your nail. Scissors work, but they leave a funny little edge for me. So I am going to clip. Just barely catch under the nail, and I keep my nails really short because I'm a professional musician. And I'm clipping with the nail. See? I'm going to take that off my fingertip a little bit. In some cases like this, you might have to trim the extra first and then come back and clip it with the nail because mine's sticking. There we go. All right, last one. Because I figure you don't want to sit here and watch me put on all 10. There we go. 3 rose gold. It's difficult. There, that's a nicer shot. Very coppery. It makes me think of pennies when they're fresh out of the mint. And then I already trimmed an accent nail, and I'm going to layer over the top of my ring finger. So again, oof, that rice is really burnt. So if you were to cut your wraps to where the end is flush with the backing, well, normally it comes right off for me. There we go. So, can you see this? Is it gonna, there we go. I'm going to do the baggy method. So, place it on, really twist tight, and hold that rice pack on there. I may have to do the heater because this rice pack has been sitting for a while. Oh, that's wonderful. I just love that you can mix and match, and these wraps that have clear backings can go over any other wrap. You can also layer over the Jamberry nail lacquer, which is far more durable and good than polish. All right, so I have my accent nail and my other two nails, and I will let this cool and then clip, trim, and finish the rest of my hands. Or the rest of my fingers. I guess I only have two hands. All right, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Anna Joy Cooney. My website is annajoy.jamberrynails.net.